I've been hooked on Pokémon TCG Pocket for 2 weeks straight. It's life consuming. I want to thank my cousin for recommending it. Like my peers, I bought Pokémon cards as a boy to look at the pretty pictures. None of us knew how to play. One time we made up our own rules. My Pokemon's stronger than yours. Didn't last long. It's a wonder how we didn't know the rules, since Pokémon TCG Pocket shows how simple the card game actually is. Guess we were just dumb kids. The app starts slow with tutorials and the easy solo mode. The menus are extremely clicky. Typical mobile bullshit. You have to click confirm every time to beat the many easy goals. Claim the free daily rewards worth squat. All that guff. Must be to fuel that whale game addiction and get players spending. I'd rather have a quick notification flash up of what I earned and forget about it. Wonder trading is like a lottery machine. It's okay. I can see some twats getting hooked on it though. Once the computer opponents got challenging was when Pocket got its hooks into me. Though they're prone to the odd bonehead decision which costs them the game. Like the bonehead decisions I make which cost me the game online. I tried various strategies. High level Pokemon, mixing types, using the rarest cards, resulted in many losses. I've had the most success of one type per deck, half the cards being trainer cards and the other half low energy Pokemon, mostly 1 to 2. Pro tip. Finishing the solo missions, you're ready for the lifers online, as you can be anyway. Most online players are stronger than the hardest computer player. Don't believe the beginner mode. Matches aren't skill based. No one's a pushover, which I like. It's satisfying to beat someone who paid for better cards without spending a penny. Any idiot can buy their way to the top. A true man works with the tools given to him. What's frustrating is making the wrong move can cost you the game, and I've done that many times. Much to my frustration, it makes me want to throw my phone out the window. People tend to use the same decks as much as possible, which is boring. The two I noticed are the Grass deck with Superior and Celebi and the Psychic deck with Mewtwo and Gardevoir. They're as common as muck. I try to make unique decks, though I'm still susceptible of running 2 Pokeballs and 2 Professor Oaks in every deck like every other smuck. If certain cards were banned and limited, we'd see more deck variety. Well, if it wasn't a free-to-play game, we'd see more deck variety. They wouldn't be so stingy of the cards. But I digress. During a few matches, you'll encounter an idiot stalling for time, hoping you'll quit. They're typically Japanese. Not being racist, that's just what I noticed. Instead of giving this scum an undeserved win, I lifted weights in my room for a few minutes before they ran out of time and lost. The timer's great, but a bit too generous and prone to abuse. If you don't want to play fair, sling your hook. Thankfully, most players are snappy with their turns. The only cheater I spot was someone whose Dugtrio got the correct coin toss 8 out of 10 times. Yes, I counted. Granting it diplomatic immunity. The only 2 fails were near the end, where their victory was already assured. No one's that lucky. Must be the devil's work. Unfortunately, there's no report button. Yet. Put that in Nintendo or Game Freak or whoever made this game. If you want an easy ride, play solo. Being goal based, I 100%ed all the achievements on every difficulty. Yes, I'm a nerd. Some are naff, like making you replay the match multiple times and get free super effective wins. Anybody can do that. The ones I like are win a perfect game and my favourite, win with a disadvantaged type. I recommend Pokémon TCG Pocket if you don't suffer from addiction. They'll try to bring players back for new seasons and new card packs. It's all a bit sparse at the moment. I'm not in the business of waiting personally. I just play when I want. At some stage, I'll forget about this game and move on to another one. But at the moment, I'm having fun playing this casual card game. If you're looking for something overly complex with walls of text, play Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Before you start TCG Pocket, I recommend this video that I watched. It's called Pokémon TCG Pocket Beginner's Guide. Everything you need to know. Attention! Update in making this video. Diamond and Pearls packs are added, introducing a wave of Gen 4 Pokemon. The last generation I enjoyed because it was the last good one, or the last one I grew up with. Who can say? New solo missions are added. Playing them on the lower difficulties feels pointless, but it's the quickest way to level up. Individual cards you can buy with in-game currency, not real money. Who do you think I am? I spend all my points on support cards to use in my decks. The new ones look like they've given the meta a much needed shake-up. Unfortunately, cards like Blue and Giovanni have gone to the wayside. I now have enough to make a colourless deck, half of a metal deck, and no dragons. Hopefully I get some fire and dark cards because mine are shite. It's interesting how the card game only uses 11 of the 18 Pokemon types, but it still uses video game logic for what's super effective. Kinda. For example, Articuno has changed from ice to water type, but electric is still super effective. Bad example. Each Pokemon only has one weakness from the video games. Notice most grass types aren't super effective against water types. Each Pokemon only has one weakness from the video games. Notice most grass types aren't super effective against water types. And grass is super effective against some dark types. That threw me for a loop. Don't be a lazy bugger. Read the bottom of the card to see its weakness. I still forget sometimes. With the latest update, the computer player takes longer to think than the human one. If I dare flip a coin or switch their Pokemon, it's like the game freezes. Also, trading is useless. You know, the hype new feature. You can only trade with friends with the same rarity. Some cards can't even be traded, and no one even wants to trade with me. New events are steady. At the moment there's online medals and Cresselia decks to play against, with challenges like win 20 times. It's like hitting your head on the wall 20 times.